Hello everyone, my name is Coltrane Stag, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a scratch clicker game. So, let's just jump right into it. To start, what you're going to want to do, you can delete the scratch tab that it automatically gives you. What you're going to want to do is click the button that says choose a sprite at the bottom right of the screen. For this guide, I'm going to use the apple, but you can use whatever sprite you want. Then, after you have the apple, just move it to the middle of the screen. And then choose a backdrop for your game. You can choose whatever backdrop. I'm going to choose the farm. So now you have your sprite and your backdrop. What you're going to want to do is go to the tab down here that says variables. Click on that and make two variables. One of them is going to be called apples, or if you have a different sprite, you can name it whatever you want. This is going to be your store, pretty much. I'm going to call it apples. And then next, you're going to make one called upgrades. Make sure both of these have the for all sprites tag on them. And now you should see both of these stores at the top left of your game right here. What you're going to want to do next now is add a when green flag clicked, or when the start button is clicked, when the go button is clicked, and add two code blocks from the variables section. So you're going to want to add set apples to 0 and set upgrades, change this one to upgrades, to 1. Okay, so what this is going to do is when the flag is clicked, when the start button is clicked, your store, which in this case is apples, will be set to 0, and your upgrades, which will come into the program later, will be set to 1, which is sort of the default. Next, what you're going to want to do, add a when this sprite clicked block from the events tab. Add that. And what you're going to want to do here is take a change apples by 1 and put that there. But what you're going to want to do is grab a block, the upgrades block, and add that right there. So it's change apples by upgrades. So how this works is when you click the apple, it will change your apples, your store, by however many upgrades are. So since upgrades is at 1 right now, every time we click, we'll get 1 apple. Just like that. And for the next portion, this part is what I was talking about before when I was trying to explain upgrades. You're going to want to add, when space key pressed, add an if then loop right here, and a greater than block. So you can find the greater than block in operators, and you'll want to just leave that there. We'll get back to that later. Go to variables, add change apples by 1, and add another change apples by 1. Change this one to change apples by -20, and change this one to change upgrades by 1. And then you're going to want to add the apples block right there, and change the 50 in that block to 19. Okay, so this part's a little bit complicated. How this all works is once you've reached 20 apples on your store there, and you press the spacebar, it will spend all of your apples, or 20 of your apples, and increase your upgrades by 1. So what that means is once your upgrades are at 2, every time you click, instead of getting 1 apple, you'll get 2 apples. And for every upgrade, it'll do that again. Now that I've got 3 upgrades, I will get 3 apples every time I click, and etc. Now that I got 4, I get 4 apples, 5 apples. You get the idea. So that's sort of the gist of this game. You click on the apple to get more store, and the more store you have, the more apples you get per click. or because you get more upgrades. And there you go. You've created a Clitter Dame in Scratch. Great job.